Logan! It's me! Wait!
The new Marvel's Wolverine story trailer gives us our clearest look yet at what the game is actually about, and it also revealed that the game will have a comic series released before the game launches that serves as a prequel featuring many of the characters we will see in the game. I think the comic will tell the story of what happened to Logan and Team X and why he decided to leave. Now, before we cover that story, let's break down the trailer's story as best we can. The trailer basically reminds us that Logan is a man carrying a violent past that he has spent years trying to leave behind. A major part of that past appears to involve Team X. It seems like something happened during those years that is now coming back to haunt him. We also get a closer look at Jean Grey, and it appears to reveal that she will be a playable character and a very important one alongside Logan. The trailer basically confirms that there is a past love with Jean that Logan struggles with in the present. There seems to be a lot of tension between the two, and surely more of that story will be explored. As we learned in earlier reveals, mutants exist in the shadows in this universe, and the X-Men aren't even a thing yet, so many will live in fear or are in hiding. Logan and Jean appear to spend some of their time trying to protect them. However, as the conflict grows, it puts them in direct path of Bolivar Trask. The story trailer also showcased many different enemies and organizations that we hadn't seen before. Some of these include Omega Red, Lady Deathstrike, Sabretooth, The Hand, Trask, and other people connected to Logan's history with Team X. We also see that tensions are high with Sabretooth, who will inevitably become some sort of an antagonist towards Logan, and I expect them to fight as they already appear to be in a pretty intense conflict during the trailer. We also see Nathaniel Essex in the trailer, which I believe is being played by the legend Troy Baker. If you see him right here, the way he sounds, the way he looks, and if you put this image there, that's definitely fucking Troy Baker. And we also see him later on trying to convince Logan, I think, that joining Team X again would be the right move for him as they are trying to protect and build something for the mutants. So with all of this basically kind of taken care of, we can now break down the prequel comic. I won't be able to show you every single image on here though, as these things are paywalled, but I can show some of them while also summarizing the entire story for you. And it's not super long, it's only the first issue. There's only a few key things here, but obviously as they come out, we will cover them and it'll extend and be a much longer story. Now, once again, this is a comic that takes place before the events of the game, and it showcases Logan as a member of Team X. The comic also tells us that Team X is led by Nathaniel Essex, and that Team X considers itself the first and last line of defense for mutants. The members showcased in this specific comic are Logan, Sabretooth, Mystique, and Sunfire. They have been fighting Bolivar Trask and his anti-mutant operations from the shadows for a very long time, meaning Trask and the mutants already have a long history before the game begins. Issue number 1 follows Team X receiving intelligence about a secret Trask facility somewhere in Arizona. Trask has gone to extreme lengths to erase almost every record of what is inside, which immediately makes Logan suspicious. He correctly realizes that Trask wants them to find the facility and that they are walking directly into a trap. Nathaniel Essex knows this too, but he sends them in anyway because he believes that whatever Trask is hiding or whatever trap he has planned is worth the risk. Team X launches an assault, and it looks like Logan appears to be their field leader as he's the one taking command and giving orders. However, during this mission, Logan can't shake the feeling that something is wrong, and even Sabretooth sensed it. There's also this strange moment where Logan appears to be overwhelmed by something before entering the facility. Once Logan gets underground, he discovers this supposed munitions bunker that they were supposedly tracking, but it isn't a munitions bunker at all. Instead, he finds what looks like a living area with a bed, with food. It looks almost like a prison cell. And once he goes inside, his communications suddenly stop working, and he senses that someone is nearby. Logan discovers a young woman with green reptile skin. She appears to be hiding, and when Logan sees her, he extends his claws. As she begs for her life, she tells him, "Please don't kill me." And then we get a to be continued sign. This is basically where issue number 1 ends. Obviously, what I'm seeing and what I'm picking up is some tension now between Team X and Wolverine. Logan is having difficulties continuing these missions that they're on, and I think that him finding this young girl is going to lead to him questioning everything that they're doing and if it's even worth it. Maybe something happens to this young girl that he's clearly going to try to protect and he can't live with it, or he feels that it was a bad idea from the beginning. Something clearly happens, right? And his relationship with Team X is broken. Maybe his trust in Nathaniel Essex is broken, and he kind of leaves after that. He quits and he goes on his own, and then, we'll end up finding Logan in the game, but this is kind of the lead up to that. And I like it because it basically prepares us for the game and we get a little bit more of that lore, a little bit more of that knowledge. And I love that shit when it comes to these story games.
Just can't let a man rest in peace, can you?